for Jackie Dumpson. Check it out now. It's time to check these niggas' pockets. I know y'all niggas don't like. Some of y'all act too real, right? I don't be caring about another nigga pocket. But yet when we talk hip-hop, all y'all be bragging about is how much money these rappers have. And not only that, the rappers themselves, they will shame you by telling you how much racks they got, okay? Now, Forbes do a yearly list. They put out a hip-hop cash kings list. They track for the last 12 months, so it's not just January to December. It'll be for whatever month they put it out. They'll track the last 12 months from that day, okay? They're putting it out now in September, which means they probably went from August 2015 to August 2016. But they've came up with a list, and again, they're kind of guesstimating, even though it's more than just guesstimating because it's usually very almost accurate. Right? Of course, they're not in people's bank accounts, but they could definitely give a good prediction given that they research all these business deals, tour earnings, album sale earnings, and they look up people's contracts to see what they would most likely get. So they're doing a good job of estimating, all right? Now, this is their list. The first three people, by the way, are the same three people who are always on the list. By the way, these three people are number 1 and number 2 and number 3, not off music. Okay, which tells y'all, and if all y'all want to be rappers, a lot of money is in this shit. Most of it just not in rapping, okay? Puff Daddy, he's 62. That's Diddy, of course, right? Number 2, we got Jay-Z, 53.5 million. Of course, we know Diddy got Revolt. Jay-Z, he got Tidal, not that profitable right now, but he got Roc Nation, making him a shit ton of money, okay? When you're an agency like Roc Nation that serves as management and a lot of other things for athletes and entertainers, you're getting percentage off their money, okay? So when they do good, you do good. And Jay-Z's, of course, getting money from that. Dr. Dre, 41 million. We know he's doing a bunch of shit with Apple, and we know pretty much his business and label investments have been pretty solid. The first person for music is actually Drizzy Drake. He made a whopping 38.5 million, which is actually crazy because Drake's music or Drake's money that he made, if you really look at his career, is pretty much just off either selling music and touring. He's not a person who has like a big song that got blew up by a movie like the person who's in the number 5 spot, like Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa made all that money. And of course, like, he makes a lot of money because he's a guy who's a worldly artist. He's more than just hip-hop at this point. But a lot of his money he made came from one of his songs being licensed, or not even one, multiple of his songs being licensed for movies. So if the movies did good, he was going to get a lot of money. So salute to him. Number 6, we had Nicki. Of course, Nicki had an entire tour, right? Had a world tour. And basically because of that, she racked in a lot of money. Of course, she dropped an album, which was still selling within the last year, right? And then we get to people like Pitbull, Pharrell. Then we get to Kendrick. Kendrick is still at number 9, okay? For a lot of people who think, yo, why Kendrick don't do this more and don't do this more? I mean, 18.5 million, and he hasn't been oversaturating the market. That's not a bad number, okay? Number 10, do the hand rub. That's Birdman Sandusky. Number 11, Kanye West, 17.5. Now, I'm a little bit skeptical of Kanye West being that low because Kanye West makes a lot of money through fashion, and I'm not too sure how accurate of a gauge they have on the money he brings in there. Even though he's publicly came out before and said he was in debt, that has nothing to do with the money you're bringing in at the moment. It just has to do with what you have overall. Okay? Now, let's go down. We got DJ Khaled, 50 million. That might be an understatement. Khaled made so much money off Snapchat, man. I think he could probably be in a 20 to 25 million ratio, okay? But if they say 15 million, we're going to give him that. A$AP Rocky's a little bit surprising to me, 14.5 million. Other than dropping his album, I know he's has some type of fashion, like, stuff going on, which would give him some money. But I don't know about 14.5 million. But if he did get a salute to him, J. Cole got 14 million. Okay, Wayne got 14 million. And, of course, we know J. Cole, like, he's been touring. He did a bunch of stuff with even HBO. You got to salute to him. His album been selling good, right? And he gets a lot of money from his albums because he's not a guy who has a million writers. It's pretty much him and, like the producer. So salute to him. Wayne, of course, we know he hasn't been able to be the Wayne we know him to be and really drop music and even tour, so he's been doing a lot of clubs. And, of course, he claims he's getting robbed by Cash Money, so we actually see him in an unfamiliar position. He's not in the top 10. He's at number 14. Now, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, this blows my mind. Okay, I haven't heard these niggas in a while. But, of course, I'm on some nigga shit, okay? I haven't heard these dudes in a while. But, of course, they did come out with a big splash a couple years ago. It is very possible that they kept it up and still are able to maintain and still make tens of millions basically in a year. And also, it's kind of unfair for these guys because they lump them together. I'm pretty sure Macklemore didn't make 14 and Ryan Lewis didn't make 14, but it is what it is. Snoop Dogg, 12.5. I can understand that. Snoop Dogg got a lot of things going on, a lot of endorsement deals. People really sleep on how not only popular Snoop Dogg is, but the brand Snoop Dogg is very powerful. Eminem, 11 million. I think we don't even have to explain why he's at 11 million. I think just him going on a tour, like even half a tour could net him that amount of money, right? We have Swiss Beats at 10.5. I'm thinking residuals if we're going to think about Swiss Beats. Like, what else is he doing? I believe he might be involved in working with certain shows, and I do know he get executive producer credits on certain people's albums. But other than that, I'm not too sure. With 10 million, we'll give him that. Then we got Luda. Of course, we know Luda. He was in the Fast and Furious franchise. He still is. And he still probably is eating off residuals and other businesses he got going on. Rick Ross is at 10. I think that's a little bit low for Rick Ross, but I understand it. Rick Ross got a lot of side businesses going on. While music isn't that profitable for him anymore, when he makes it, he still eats off Wale. He still eats off Meek, right? And Meek sold very well, right? He eats off everybody on MMG. He got a lot of other businesses outside of music, including Wingstop, and I would have thought he would be a little bit higher, but fine, we'll take it at 10 million. I mean, everybody's on the list; they're doing good. If you're on this list, you're doing good. Okay, I mean, believe me, I would love to have made 10 million in the last year. So salute to all these guys. And listen, it kind of shows you that the people really at the top of the list is really more than music. It's a lot more than music. Okay, you want to be on one of these lists? If you think you're going to get there by just doing music, only a couple of people just me glancing down the list have made it solely through music, right? We could probably say Drake made it just through music. Kendrick just through music. Who else? J. Cole just through music. But pretty much other people, they have other things going on, or they're relying on old music. Again, comments, what you guys like. What are you guys surprised about? Did anyone miss the list that you thought would make it? Or did anyone make the list that you're like, what the fuck, he's getting that much cash? Let me know in the comment section. I'll be reading. It's your boy, Akademiks. I'm out.